while it was close in the first half, not gonna lie, it was a pretty decisive performance in the second half for Cloud9 to take a 1-0 lead. The last time these two teams played, pretty decisive 2-0 in favor of Gen.G, but it seems like Cloud9, well, they don't want a repeat of history.
Yeah, TenZ, we're also seeing the agent selection is again swapping around. We're getting a carousel of agents that we don't normally see these players on. TenZ on the Raze, and quite honestly, it is not really quite similar to Jet, but can really get the job done with some crazy, crazy plays. Vice already finding some crazy plays of his own. 4 kills, the ace! Where did that come from? Vice, great stuff, opening up a very, very important way against Gen.G.
Taylor, that's another one, baby. You're going to have to pay that one up. A very, very nice round out of Vice. And, I mean, really out of Cloud9, but yeah, Vice put up as much as he did. Now he's going to have a Bulldog to reward, as a reward, for his efforts. TenZ is going to have a Spectre as well, and then Ghost really just across the board for the rest of Cloud9. So they're going to invest a little. Yeah, they'll invest a little bit, not a ton, but a little. It looked like the Bulldog went over into the hands of Shinobi as Gen.G decides that they might want to make a play here on to A. The smoke is down. TenZ is going to be the first line of defense, looking to see if anyone's going to go up. Just starts blind firing, doesn't connect, but is enough to scare him. Somehow lands that shot on to win. I don't even know how that works. Vice gets another 2. TenZ gets 1 as well, and the 3rd to clean it up. A nice round out of Cloud9.
Listen, you just click. You just click. All you do is just listen. Cloud9 strategy. They got their coach off to the sideline, has the book open. Click. Okay, cool. We'll win the game. All right, no problem. No big deal. It's just Gen.G. No problem. Gen.G, of course, they will now have a gun round on the docket for themselves, but it's not really as ideal. Actually, it is ideal because everyone's got an assault rifle. However, Hyun's like, I'm going to bring Judge Jetty to the forefront, and we're going to have the plaintiff really answer for their crimes. Cloud9 is, of course, the defendant. We'll see how they end up dealing with this Judge Jetty play. And with some members maybe having less than ideal weaponry relics on the Brimstone, something that we don't normally see him on either, has the operator in hand. And here comes Hyun. He's looking for a frag.
Hanging out in that hookah window. Seeing if anyone pops up, and looks like he's going to get a chance here at that Cypher if he decides to go up. But looks like for now it's just going to wait. Man, if only they knew. If only they could see what we could see. Relics is going to get a chance here as well, as Mikhail and Player Up are going to be, Player One, are going to be there. Mikhail whiffs the first shot, and that's the only shot he got. As he gets taken out, Mitch and GMD trade a couple kills as well, and the action erupts over onto the B site. Take a look at how things are panning out, folks. Shinobi's able to get Effie's through the wall, and he gets another one. The spike drops, but not able to finish up the 3rd. It's going to leave things in a 1v1, which is probably the most exciting part of Valorant here. The problem is, while Mikhail has the spike, and Mikhail's going to be on this site, it's TenZ, I believe, who is on the Raze, who's on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, but you know TenZ, and especially in a scenario like this, there's no world where you don't take the 1v1. So we're about to find out how TenZ is going to deal with this. And strangely so, they're about to meet in the hallway of the laboratory. Here comes the swing. Shots are pre-fired from TenZ, and he'll continue to push forward, now having control of the actual site itself. TenZ tries to stick the fake there, but now here comes the peek from Mikhail's. Oh! Shot to the dome. Says, not today, Mikhail. Gives him a quick nod and says, that round is ours.
An 8-2 start out of Vice. And yeah, that's pretty hot. But look, I think the most surprising thing for me is a slow start out of Win at 0-3. He's had an op, I believe, once in his hand, if I'm not mistaken. No, sorry. He just had the Judge out last round. That would have been the only time he had it. So no, he hasn't had any ops. Looked like he was going to go with the Judge here again.
Yeah.
But just a slow start out of him, which is not what I expected.
Yeah, you know, despite winning that round, everyone died, and so they don't really have the weaponry moving forward. And on the opposite side, Cloud9 had just slightly better odds when it comes to the economy. A quick swing, and it's just pandemonium here at A short. A lot of Cloud9 members falling, just down to 2 now, and it's Mitch who's on the opposite side. Relics has the pistol. Oh, so close. But this looks like another round here for Gen.G.
The spike goes down again, 3-1. As far as personnel goes in favor of Gen.G, Mitch, the poor last one standing, trying to pull off a situation like this is much easier said than done. He's going to spot one. Yeah, that's certainly going to help his causes. Gets the second one, not able to get the third win with the judge. Drops the sentence on him, and court is adjourned. That's a round in favor of Gen.G.
But it was close. It was close. These rounds have been quite closely tied, but this is where Gen.G are really going to start to run away with the lead. Of course, Cloud9, they're coming off of their first loss, which gave them 1,900. Their second loss, which now gave them 2,400. And so they can't really keep up when you think about it big picture. So looking on the opposite side, Gen.G, 2 3,000s in a row. Well, that's a lot of credits, and so you'll see them force up here once again. Once a couple of more rounds start to continue, Cloud9 should get their economy back in order, but that's going to be a couple of free rounds here for Cloud9.
GMD tries going aggressive with the run it back, and he's ran right back with an unfortunate shotgun shell to the face. Player at 1 is able to get the first frag onto 10s. Mikhail, you see him peeking around. Yep, there's somebody right around the corner. He's going to get challenged. I believe it's Vice. Yeah, that's Vice, and the shots aren't going to land. Vice gets up close and personal, and Mikhail wins that gunfight. Excuse me. The wall is down on A short. Shinobi's able to get another kill with the judge. Relics with the sheriff as well, and it seems like it's all about law enforcement here. It's going to be a 2v2 with the spike down. Relics drops the orbital strike, and GMD is in trouble. Yeah, he's going to get tagged up. He's going to get fried as fire falls down from the sky. Mitch gets the last kill. They're going to be able to clean this one up. Cloud9 gets a very important round win.
And they get the resurrection available for Mitch. I don't think they're going to end up using it. Of course, it's not many seconds left until that swap over. Wow. That was a round that Gen.G were supposed to win, and then guess what? They didn't. So now, Cloud9, 3,000 credits on the docket, and Gen.G get a solid 1,900. Well, actually, sorry. It'll be 2,200 because of that spike plant. So still, don't really think the economy is not really in the greatest space for them. Looking at the scoreboard, you'll see that it's kind of like a variety buy. Pistols and assault rifles, just trying to keep that economy together. But when you're in a position like this, you send the firing squad out. That's why you're seeing so many members push up towards B short. Try to find trades. If they can get a Phantom off the ground, that'll even the odds, and they can at least take the fight to Gen.G.
A lot of attention here over on B. You heard Win open up the round with the Blade Storm. He manages to work his way all the way through hookah. Relics taking a look at B long. He doesn't realize there's a player right on the other side of that smoke. Yep, now he sees him. He's there. He gets the kill. Tens does as well on the other side of the map. There comes the Hunter's Fury. They know exactly where he is as you see Shinobi trying to tag things up into heaven. Landed the last one on to Win down to 28 health. And that's all the damage that was needed. Mitch with a nice 3-piece there to give Cloud9 another round, up 4-2 right now. And these are important rounds if you're Cloud9.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about map statistics, because that seems to be, in my opinion, one of the biggest conversations right now in Valorant. What map is what side, and how does it end up kind of favoring? This map is probably the closest map to even. It's 51%, 49%. Which means that, yes, the defense feels a little bit more comfortable, but that doesn't mean that the attack can just sit back and try to only get 2 rounds, right? They're going to keep it close. And that also means that when Cloud9 go to the second half, it's not going to be a complete wash compared to what we saw on Split. When Cloud9 got defense, they didn't even let Gen.G have an inch. So look to those halves really start to develop. Player 1, he'll develop some frags as they try to push up aggressively down B long, and they'll pay with their lives.
Player 1 getting 2 there. Super important for the rest of the round as the personnel advantage leans in favor of Gen.G for now. The spike is starting to rotate its way over onto A. Take a look at where the Cypher is on the other side, waiting on the outside of Bath. As you see 10, thank you, observers, looking right over that A short, crucial part of the map. And wisely, as there are 3 members that are starting to funnel their way in here, Tens is going to get more than one opportunity. It thinks he's going to get smoked off, and he's going to get blasted. Tens decides to go, drops the showstopper, doesn't connect onto anyone. Mikhail comes in at the exact right time to provide support. Mikhail gets one, Vice trades it as GMD drops, and Shinobi is on the wrong side of the map here.
Yeah, wait, okay. He's on the wrong side, but he finds a frag onto Mikhail, and he's still at 78 HP. So now it's the 2v2, and there's no 10s in the conversation. But we still have Shinobi, and we still have Vice. And we've seen them on varying maps be the successor of really the entire team. You know, previous map, Relics was top fragging, not 10s. So it's not like Cloud9 have to rely on 10s to really do all of their dirty work. You've got Shinobi, you've got Vice, you've got Mitch and Relics. But this 2v2, Hyun's got a direct sightline towards the spike, and the shock dart! Oh, wow! How do you anticipate that? What a read from Shinobi, but Effie's, he's got some reading of his own, and it's a book on how to play Omen. First frag gonna go his way, but that spike's ticking, and he's just stalling for time to jump through. Shinobi doesn't have enough time to defuse the spike, but an impressive 4K to send a personal message to GenG.
Man, that shock dart. That shock dart was filthy. And I think it was you, Simo, who talked earlier about just how important a Sova can be and loving seeing Shinobi on that. And we just saw exactly why that was. Not only that, but he's sitting at 9-3 right now. The man's having a great game. It's a little bit closer as far as total score goes. But given how far we've gotten here, like, I don't want this to be a replicate of what we saw in map 1, where it was close until halftime, and then poof, they were off to the races. I think this one's going to be a lot closer.
Yeah, we could even potentially see halftime here. We'll see if that ends up being the case. Early shot. It's going to be Mitch that gets run down and gunned down, but that operator will be sent flying towards the site, so they need to get in deep if they want to pick it up. And so far, that seems like a likely possibility. Hyun already deep on the site. They will find 2 opening picks, which will give them the opportunity to get this spike down on the B site. Those opening picks may be what are the ticket on winning the round. Hyun gets a little crossfire as they shoot through the wall. 87 HP is where he sits at, and his perspective is really the closest that we have towards the defense. The rest of the attack from GenG, they've got a great cross. Support from Hookah and support on the site. Effie's doesn't need to support anyone when he finds a frag onto 10, so now it's just down to 2 for the defense.
And look at where Cypher and Omen are playing on the minimap. With the spike being down, I'm surprised to see them take as more of a step back. Now they move forward into the hookah. I'm surprised to see them play as far back as they were, but it looks like the spike is going to go down anyway, and they're going to get away with the win. Mikhail is able to take care of Relics as a parting gift on the way out. Thank you, goodbye. As another round goes in favor of GenG, excuse me, and that's going to be knotted up 4-4. Again, a very close first half so far.
Yeah, and, you know, I hope that we don't have to worry about what happens when we swap halves and the team just starts to run away with it. Sometimes that ends up being the case, and it definitely does on maps that cater to one side, right? However, on a map like this where things are a little bit more even, when Cloud9 gets to attack, I have a feeling in certain instances when you are the one that gets to decide what happens and when, you feel a little bit more comfortable. And especially a player like Tens, who just gets to push forward and get aggressive, it might end up just like that. Just a kill onto player 1 with the Sheriff. Like, how does that happen on the defense?
Tens is just unreal. I said this the first time I casted him, and I did thank you for reinforcing my point. This is Tens' world, and we're just living in it. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. He would have broken the internet had he hit that shot.
Front page of the Valorant Reddit before they kick it off the Reddit. No esports allowed on the Valorant Reddit. You know that. But still, Tens, some great shots coming out from him. An early look towards B short. Vice will get that spy camera smile. You're on camera, and as a result, GenG now having to back away. Tens cannot continue that momentum, but already some great momentum found from him. Vice down to the 3v2. It's the run it back, and maybe Vice wants to push after this, but unfortunately he will fall. Now GMD with the run it back. Little does he know that if he tries to plant it, yep, that's the clone that dissipates, and now you're back all the way to the beginning. So he's going to rerun that. Give the opportunity for the defense to have a chance to make their way onto the site. GMD says, I want none of that. And now hops through connector. The resurrection makes it a 1v3. Not even having run it back available is going to be very scary for GMD, but if there's anyone that can win a 1v3 on the roster of GenG, it might just be the man himself on the Phoenix. We'll see now as they slowly push forward, and Mitch will be his demise. Headshot is as good as gone. That'll seal his fate quite handily, and Cloud9 back in the lead with a one round differential.
Well, and look, GMD had a chance there, right? When I saw him pick up the Vandal and I saw that they were all coming in through CT, I thought, this guy's going to line him up and knock him down. This is going to be filthy. But again, yeah, just wasn't able to execute a 1-round lead for Cloud9 here on this second map. While they have the series lead, if this is Gen.G's map, and if their second half is going to be their advantageous side, if you're Cloud9, you've got to have a bigger lead going into halftime, right? Like this you can't be satisfied with a 6-6 or even a 7-5. You're looking for more, right?
Yeah. When they faced at the Pulse Invitational, Cloud9 got 5 spike plants, and Gen.G defused every single one for the first 5 rounds. So that gives us a little bit of an indication that when we swap over to attack, it might be actually a little bit more difficult for Cloud9. But that's history. That's a week ago. When you're seeing plays like this, we might see the turnaround for Cloud9 when they start to attack. Or maybe it's just Gen.G that have a good stronghold on not letting their opposition push forward. As they push forward themselves, Vice finds himself in the corner. And unfortunately, as I wish I were to say, nobody puts Vice in the corner. He gets taken out quite handily. And now it's just down to 2 players here. The Hunter's Fury will stop that spike plant, but it'll delay it for just a few seconds, as now it's just down to Shinobi. That spike will go down, and it's Hyun that'll hunt him down with a quick 1-2 punch. It's Gen.G that win the round.
Smooth little 4-piece there to take the round for Gen.G. It was not super flashy, but it was plenty to get the job done. And I think I'll say this. If Cloud9 is not up, you can quote me on this. If Cloud9 loses one more round in this half, we're going to game 3. I feel pretty good about that one.
If Cloud9 lose another round, we're going to game 3. Okay, we'll see if that ends up being the case.
Yeah.
Okay, in this half. So if they finish, what is it, 7-5, they might actually have a chance to come out on top, right? Like they okay. All right. So 6-6, Cloud9 take us to game 3. Gen.G will just take him out on the defensive side. Pretty sure Reflections is writing that down in his fancy little notepad to bring up later. And if Cloud9 are able to win, he'll make you eat your words and maybe even shave that mustache too. We'll see what ends up happening as they all now start to push in. It's a quick trade of kills though, but the orbital strike means they got to get the hell out of Dodge. And now Shinobi dropping that Judge over. I'm not sure what he was looking for or what he picked up, but maybe it was an upgrade. Yep, it is going to be the Phantom. The rest of the team, of course, on pistols, 10s. He's got every intention to send it flying. Hyun will pay the price with his life, and that's an operator on the ground. Wall goes up. They want to res. They need to fight for this. The battle res is not going to bode well. That's the lob over with the paint shells. And still, they are trying to delay this res. Player 1 will fall down to the 2v1, and it's Mikael who can get the job done here. 35 HP in a dream, and that dream is slowly turning into a nightmare. Spy camera going to be taken out, and now here comes the swing, and it's a face full of lead from the man, the myth, the 10s.
That was a very important round for Cloud9, and look, even with that in mind, it was Mikael who had ult. Opted not to use it there in that 1v2. Could have been the difference maker, although with a little health like that, you wonder whether or not it's worth it. Either way, opts not to use it. And that's going to give Cloud9 that round win. We talk about how important it is for Cloud9 to have a considerable lead going into halftime.
Yeah.
For Gen.G's preferred side on the second half. And that certainly is going to help their case. And look, Relics, it was just last game that Relics went, 24-9? This time 4-6 to start. A slower.
What? That was weird.
That was really weird.
That recon bolt went in the box and found nothing other than dust. So, very unfortunate, as Shinobi will also find an unfortunate end to his demise. It's Gen.G that opened up with a pick.
5 now. 5-4, excuse me, now. For Gen.G, the spike. Moseying its way over onto A. It looks like they're going to be met with the tripwire. On the way out, there's to run it back. And it looks like we're hearing Jet go up as well. GMD has been spotted, but he's still going to go. He takes a deep pull of that go juice. doesn't find anyone, but Vice wins the Cypher on Cypher. Tens gets one as well. The spike has been planted.
Spike, of course, down, and the rest of Gen.G, they're stuck behind the smoke. Need to make sure they can come out on top. Relics put GMD back down to the dirt nap. Hyun trying to push forward. That shot's going to be good, but it's the crossfire. And they will just stick to defuse. Effie's trying to make ends meet, and it's not the 6-6 half. It's Cloud9 taking us to 7-5. Doug. Okay. I don't know, but I'm having a feeling here that Cloud9, they've got their hand on the wheel while Gen.G is trying to drive the car.
Yeah, I would agree. I do think this pistol round is going to say a lot, right?
Yeah.
Think about we could be talking 9-5 instead of 7-7, depending on whether or not the second round goes in favor of the one who wins the pistol round, which should be the case, but I digress. That's just a totally different story here. For Cloud9 to go up 9-5, we're starting to talk about, holy smokes, they're going to 2-0 sweep Gen.G and return the favor from last week. But again, it all comes down to this pistol round. We'll see who's able to who's able to come out victorious in this ever important coin toss, essentially, is what it is. Oh boy, the package to the face. Win gets taken out.
Yeah, did someone order FedEx? That was express shipping to the dome. That was great stuff coming out from Tens. That blast pack will find its mark, and it's Cloud9 that find 2 opening picks. They will get that spike down. Well, sorry, it's been down for ages now as the rest of the defense trying to funnel their way through. What a great opening for Cloud9. GMD trying to clear out close right, but little does he know, here's the swing. It's Mitch that'll answer it back. Still, Effie's trying to get the trade, but it's the turbo dunks in the air. Tens will finally take him down. It's up to player one. He's all on his lonesome. He's got a frenzy. He's got not a whole lot of friends. That first swing is good, but there's still 2 more members that remain. And with that spike ticking down second after second, there's not a whole lot that player one can do. It's Tens on the side. Headshot's good. And that's the pistol for Cloud9. That's pretty big.
It sure is. It most assuredly is. Again, we expect, given what just happened, for Cloud9 to continue to grow on their lead on Gen.G's preferred map. That's what's crazy about this. And look, it's only been 1 pistol round. I think we'll learn a whole lot more when it comes to good against good. But what matters is the gap that Cloud9 is able to put between them and Gen.G early on in the second half here, because that's the leash that they have. If things continue to go Ari or go sideways, that's their license, right? That's their license to screw up, essentially. And look at how they're playing this. Look at the heavy hookah. Cloud9, they gambled, and it's like 2 ships passing in the night. They're not going to see each other until it's probably too late, with the exception of Mitch, as Mitch spots 1. Tens is there as well. The paint shells, not going to connect. Yeah, not going to get a kill on anyone. Player one is able to take care of Tens. Mitch, yikes, we didn't see that. Wynn's able to get the kill onto Mitch, and that's going to leave things in a 5v3 here in favor of Gen.G.
Yeah, trying to send a couple of those shock darts from Shinobi. It's not looking good. Recon Bolt, of course, going to come back online. We'll spot out a couple of those players peeking into A short. 3v5, Cloud9. We see how you win the pistol. Are you able to win that round? That kind of goes all different types of ways. Shinobi going to find one. He's going to try to just spray through. It's just down to Relics. He's trying to chip away at the ice, but there's just too many members from Gen.G. They will dogpile in and win a round that Cloud9 should have won. Getting him maybe a little bit overzealous. Mitch gets the info, but Tens is like, I'm going to throw a nade. Doesn't really work out. And there was a firing squad on the opposite side. But before I pass it back to you, Doug, I want to give a quick shout out to the observers. There's a small way to fix the bug, and it's RNG. Who knew? RNG, huh? In an FPS shooter. If you hold the scoreboard as you transition from one half to the next, you roll the dice, and you either get the scoreboard or don't. And our observers are currently 2 for 3. Those are pretty good odds. Those dice have really started to go into their favor. So I just want to give a quick shout out for those of you that are wondering what the economy looks like. Well, we have an answer for you.
And we haven't been able to say that for most of the day, really. And then also, real quick, shout out to the observers for everything they've done, the flybys, the cool peeks on things. It's been awesome. Those guys have absolutely crushed it. But there's still crushing left to be done. Win with an op in U-Haul is going to get walled off and is not going to see a single soul. Essentially not allowed to play for a couple of seconds. Tens is able to take care of FEs. Now we see Win once again, looking to see if he can spot anyone. But yep, they're getting out. They're going to take the as Vice drops.
Yeah, that's going to be a great execution there. And I like the way that they walled off U-Haul. I mean, you called it, but it allowed them to push through connector because it said, okay, no one's going to follow us. There's no chance, right? So quick trade of kills. Down to 2 here for the side of GenG. It's Hyun with an operator, while the rest of Cloud9 are kind of spread out around the site. There's a showstopper available, and look at this call. They saved the weapon. Cloud9 back on the board, off of an eco. You hate to lose those if you're GenG. You're given rounds that you're bleeding over towards the opposition on your preferred side to add on even further, that insult to injury. Tens is just the ability that he has to get the job done with the Sheriff is just so scary. We saw it in the first round, or rather we saw it in the second round, and now we are seeing it here once again with some of these picks.
He really does have an uncanny knack for that kind of thing, but I do think it's worth pointing out, while that round goes in favor of Cloud9, it is worth mentioning that they bled out the second half as well, a round that they should have won and lost, and argument for GenG on that last one. So this map and potentially this series very well may come down to who's going to hold serve when they should, right? When it's good against good, awesome. Like, let's see these two guys go at it. That's peak Valorant. But when it comes down to having a lead and expecting to win a round that you should, who's going to hold serve first? Win? Oh, Win! Gets his face ripped off at Tens, gets the opening shots. Filthy, filthy, filthy out of him. The op's going to go down, and that's going to mean green light, go, get into hookah as soon as you can. Cloud9 working their way on to B.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if Cloud9 have been banning Bind because they just want to practice Ascent, you know? I'm starting to really wonder because obviously we put this together as Tens gets ripped apart at the seams. The rest of Cloud9 still looking for an opportunity to push forward, but it's now GenG that have found their way onto the site to try to defend this push with the spike. There's a couple of engagements that occur. Effie's with the swing, and it's just down to player one. He gets chipped away, and they've just got him cornered back in the elbow. And unfortunately, that elbow will be broken. And it's Cloud9 at double digits, 10-6, the 4-round lead. GenG scratching their heads on what to do. And as the gun round is, or relative gun round. Oh, is it the save? No. Is it? It's the save. It's the save. Oh, it's the Force. Okay, it's the Force. All right. Yeah, okay. It's the Force. All right. So
they're messing with you, dude. They are.
yes. But the repercussions of the round right now is that if GenG lose, I think they lose the entire game. So this is where all the stakes really start to add up.
Effie's hanging out in U-Haul. Roomba's gonna go down. You can hear footsteps. This is a much slower round. There's the Hunter's Fury. Looking like, yeah, may have tagged up one, but not going to be enough to get the second shot, and therefore the kill. 1 minute left on the clock again. This is a much slower pace than I think we've seen all day, Simo.
Yeah, and you know, some teams will, like, when you talk about conditioning, if you just hit hard every single round, when you start to go slow, the team's like, what the hell's going on? You know? We're not used to this. And so you also have to think for GenG, how disrespectful would it feel if you lose here? You know, get 2-0'd by Cloud9. Both rosters woke up on the right side of the bed. At least for almost everybody. GMD, of course, we did hear almost didn't play. And now he will not play in the round that is left, as there's only player one that remains. Resurrection means FEs is put back into the mix, but 5v2, what are those odds, Doug? Oh, relics.
Bad. Real bad.
Oh
Oh
my
my gosh.
goodness. Oh, ugh. Oof. Oh man. Do you have the mature content filter on for Twitch? Because that was disgusting from Relix. The fact that he just walked right behind them in their coattails, and then he's like, "Oh, you guys are trying to get away? Okay, nice try." That's rough. Pistols for Gen.G put us likely at match point for Cloud9, and unfortunately for you and I, that means that we might not see the knife round that we were so hopefully expecting, but 2-0s just throughout the tournament. But opening pick here for Cloud9. Player 1 cannot get it done with the Sheriff, and it's the rest of Gen.G that are holding up in hookah. It's the firing squad approach, and they guessed wrong on the read, now having to pick up on their mistakes and go towards that A site.
Looks like the spike is, at least for now, hanging out over on that A site and is down. Things not looking great here if you're Gen.G, or if you're a fan of Gen.G, is they're running out of option, they're running out of time, and they're running out of lives. Win with the shorty. What can you do with the shorty? He's gonna get a chance here at Relics up close and personal. Oh no! That's like watching a train wreck. But
Listen,
either way, he gets the kill, and that's important.
Yeah, that is revenge for the last round. Yes, they lose the round in hand, but that was revenge. You took some of my friends, and you took them out, and you made them, you embarrassed them on the eUnited stream. I'm gonna make you pay, and they do exactly that. So, match point. Gen.G says, we want to be a part of the table. We want to be a part of the conversation. Double up coming out. Hyun, of course, generally the operator for the team, but GMD says, I want to play too. And so a heavy investment from him. Don't know how much utility he has, but the light armor tells us that maybe not a lot. So poised towards B for the early look, but it's just information for Gen.G to kick us off.
Yeah, and look, we're talking, we're not just talking like match point here. We're talking series point. We're talking tournament point. We're talking the potential of Cloud9 2-0ing Gen.G after the roles were swapped just a week ago. Again, a pretty slow early start here from Cloud9, as it looks like it's a pretty heavy stack. However, out on A, Win's gonna get a chance with the op, and you only get one chance, and he isn't able to make it work. Tenz is able to get the opening frag, and the second drops. Gen.G down to 3 lives left to stay alive in this tournament, to stay alive in this game even. But Tenz, it seems like he knows where they are. They're going to flood onto the site, and they're going to get the spike down. The last 3 members of Gen.G are back in their spawn.
You know, if we end up with an interview with Cloud9, I want with another interview with Cloud9, I really wonder, how do they get this like second win? You know, they just like seem like they're struggling, and then all of a sudden, after running a 30-mile race, they're like, yeah, we can run another 20. And they do it in a faster time. Like, where do they find this second win? So far, it's Gen.G, and they're falling apart. It's just down to GMD. He finds one, can't find the second. And that second win really proved to be fruitful for Cloud9. We will not have a look on the knife round. Cloud9 take Gen.G, give them the business on a map that they chose. And Cloud9 are the victors of the tournament.
Real congratulations to Cloud9. They win on their map, they win on Gen.G's map, and they exact revenge on Gen.G from last week's performance by 2-0ing them on the way to being crowned the champions of the EsportsDoug eUnited Charity Clash. What a performance out of them. They 2-0 everyone on the way here. They just played out of their minds. And look, this is the first time we saw Tenz really pop off, right? Like, and he did it on Raze. He didn't even do it on the Jet.